Hello everyone and welcome to another very beautiful chess game of Bobby Fischer. And in this chess game Bobby Fischer is playing with the white pieces and his opponent is Samuel Reshevsky. And Reshevsky was probably one of the strongest players in the United States for his time. And this game was played in United States Chess Championship. And also Reshevsky was probably the strongest player in the tournament, along with Bobby Fischer, of course. So this game was played in 1958. So Reshevsky was a very tough player in that tournament. So before starting to the chess game, I just want to show you the standings of the United States Chess Championship in 1958, 1959. And as you can see, Bobby Fischer won the competition decisively. But if you noticed, the Reshevsky's score is very close to Bobby Fischer, and Reshevsky is the second best player in the tournament after Bobby Fischer. So he became the second, which is impressive. So he was a very strong player. So we can easily say that he was the greatest rival for Bobby Fischer in that tournament, most serious opponent for Bobby Fischer. So let's get back to the chess game. And let's check out this very beautiful chess game. So as I told you before, Bobby Fischer is playing with the white pieces. And Fischer starts the game with playing e4, c5, Sicilian defense by Reshevsky, knight to f3, knight to c6, d4, c takes on d4, knight takes on d4, g6, bishop to e3, knight to f6, knight to c3, bishop to g7, fianchettoing the bishop, bishop to c4, and Reshevsky castled, bishop to b3, knight to a5, attacking the bishop, and already in this position, Bobby Fischer played a killer move. So can you guess that move? Well, Bobby Fischer simply played e5, attacking the knight, and where is the knight going? Well, Reshevsky played knight to e8. And if something like knight to h5, then we have g4, trapping the knight. So this is why we have knight to e8 by Reshevsky, a very passive move. It's white to move. And Bobby Fischer played a killer move. What would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? Well, Bobby Fischer played bishop takes on f7, and believe it or not, but this was the killer move. Well, Reshevsky captures the bishop, king takes on f7, and then Fischer played knight to e6, winning the queen and the game at move 11, and Reshevsky was in shock. It was a big surprise for Reshevsky. Probably he wasn't expecting this. So attacking the queen, and how to defend? Queen to c7, then knight takes queen, or maybe queen to b6, then bishop takes queen. This is trapping the queen, and Reshevsky captured the knight, d takes on e6, and then Bobby Fischer captured the queen. But let's take it back. Could Reshevsky prevented this disaster? Well, first of all, after bishop takes on f7, if let's say king to h8, then still we have knight to e6. So if rook takes on f7, again knight to e6, and losing the queen. And also in this position the question arises, what would happen if black would capture the knight with the king? If king takes on e6, then queen to d5, king to f5, well, there is forced checkmate. g4, king takes on g4, rook to g1, king to h5, queen to g2, bishop takes on e5, and queen to g4, that's checkmate. So we have d takes on e5, and Fischer captured the queen. And maybe in this position, Reshevsky needs to resign, but he's not resigning. That would be a humiliating defeat for Reshevsky. So this is move 12, and Reshevsky played knight to c6, attacking the queen, queen to d2, bishop takes on e5, and Bobby Fischer castled, knight to d6, bishop to f4, knight to c4, attacking the queen, queen to e2, attacking the knight, with the queen, bishop takes on f4, queen takes on c4, and we have king to g7, defending the bishop with the rook, knight to e4, bishop to c7, knight to c5, and attacking on e6, while Reshevsky is defending with the rook, rook to f6, c3, e5, rook from a to d1, knight to d8, knight to d7, attacking the rook. And in this position, if Reshevsky captures the knight with the bishop, then rook takes bishop and infiltrating on the 7th rank. So Reshevsky played rook to c6, attacking the queen, queen to h4, rook to e6, defending the pawn with the rook, knight to c5, attacking the rook, rook to f6, still defending the pawn. So in this position, Bobby Fischer played another killer move. He played knight to e4, attacking the rook. And where is the rook going? We have rook to f4, giving up the pawn. And if something like rook to f7, defending with the rook, then we have knight to g5, double attacking the rook and the pawn. So if saving the rook, then queen takes on h7, king to f8, queen to h8, checkmate. So this is why Reshevsky played rook to f4, attacking the queen, and Bobby Fischer captures the pawn, queen takes on e7, that's check, also attacking the bishop, only defense, rook to f7, only defense for defending the bishop, queen to a3, knight to c6, Fischer played knight to d6, attacking the rook again, harassing the rook. So Reshevsky had enough because of this knight, and he captured the knight with the bishop, rook takes on d6, bishop to f5, b4, rook from f to f8, b5, attacking the knight, knight to d8, rook to d5, knight to f7, defending the pawn, rook to c5, a6, b6, bishop to e4, rook to e1, bishop to c6, and in this position, of course, Bobby Fischer wants to simplify the game, so Bobby Fischer has the queen. That's why Fischer sacrificed the exchange. Rook takes on c6, b takes on c6 and b7, attacking the rook, rook from a to b8, defending, and then queen takes on a6, knight to d8, attacking the pawn, rook to b1 by Fischer, rook to f7, intensifying the pressure on b7. So Fischer played a waiting move, h3, and Reshevsky captured the pawn, rook takes on b7, rook takes rook. Bobby Fischer played a move and Reshevsky resigned. Well, Fischer played queen to a8, attacking the knight, and Reshevsky resigned. And of course not because of attacking the knight, because of this passed pawn, and because of the queen. So let me show you the possible continuation. Rook to b1, king to h2, and saving the knight. But a4, rook to f1, a5, c5, queen to b7, rook takes on f2, a6. Well, how to stop the pawn? There is no way. h5, a7, rook to a2, a pawn, promoted to a queen. And black maybe needs to capture the queen, but also that's losing. So black is losing the rook, and the game, of course, this is completely losing. So this is why, after Fischer played queen to a8, Reshevsky resigned. The strongest player in the United States Chess Championship in that tournament in 1958, along with Bobby Fischer. So this is the end. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.